a plugin that like protects against
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're
the
testing
game UI crash. That would be pretty
Night
useful
Town,
for
I
Deathrun,
believe.
because it's common. Yeah.
on our lovely Deathrun server. So let's give it
There
a go.
are a lot of maps that have game UIs in Deathrun.
Looks nice. Toilet paper. We can't spectate you, Spooky Toad, because you are on the opposite team.
Oh wait, his theme IDs on the map, I can just add him. I'm too impatient.
So as I play through the map, I'm gonna point
Are
out
you
some
recording formatting?
things
I'm not.
that I don't like, or things that
I
could be
don't see the point
improved.
of both of us
Give
recording.
you suggestions on what you could improve. I am indeed, yes, but by all means record yourself. You can provide your own insightful commentary.
Well, usually if I have any commentary, it's gonna be like me using the microphone. So I'm just gonna do it, and you know, it will automatically be included in your.
Having
Your
said that, I just
video.
realised I'm also recording the Discord chat, so yes,
That's fine.
Good point. Let's just continue talking as normal then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing, Burke? Explain yourself in chat. What are you killing?
Oh, I think we wait. Vivo is still alive. Never mind. Oh wow, that's a lot of parkour.
I think I might know what they're talking about with ear rape.
Oh god, that's so loud.
Is that noise caused by the rotating doors? Yeah. Unfortunately, with Funk Door rotating, or possibly other rotating entities, I'm not sure, if you give it like a start movement sounds, which I think is looped, then it sort of plays the sound, like it plays a separate instance of the sound for every like game frame or something. But this only happens on dedicated servers. You don't hear it on listen servers, i.e. local clients. So what you'll have to do is either make the sound non-looped, I can't remember to be honest, it's been a while, or put the sound into an ambient generic next to the doors and play that separately. Or in fact you can have the door, the ambient generic somewhere else, and then have the source entity as the door, so it plays through the doors. But yeah, you'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Oh, this song. Cave Story. That's pretty good.
Looks interesting. The maps looks nice. Detailing is simple, but works quite well. Got fog as well, I think. Not sure.
Yeah, he has a lot. He has a lot of like things you wouldn't see from a newbie mapper. The map, but like the walls are pretty bland. I'm not a fan of the rock texture.
Yeah, the texture is overused a bit. You should give the walls a bit of trim.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, to be honest.
Because it's rather a noisy material.
Also, the map maker said something about not using his assets. So are there custom assets in the map? Because I sure can't find any.
Not sure what's going on at the moment.
Yeah, you are not allowed to use any of the map's assets without toilet paper's permission. So there has to be some custom assets. Something I don't understand.
Oh, that's not exploitable.
Pyro, Halling here. I need something done. Quietly.
Oh, I can't type. Is the music mutable? Using the volume slider.
Let me test. Nope, it's not.
Alright. If you're using... Okay. That was unexpected. If you have music in your map, then if it's an ambient generic or something, in the sound path, put a hash at the start of the file path for the sound file, and what that does is it tells the game that it's music, and it plays it through like a different channel or through a different system, and it lets clients control the volume using their volume slider in their settings, the music volume slider. So if they don't like the music or if they think it's too loud, then they can always turn it down, or they can mute it, or turn it up if they prefer. If you're using sound scripts, then you can do that in the sound script as well. Prologue, the West Tower.
Prologue, wow, we have a story.
Your HUD text doesn't display on screen for long enough. It should be on there twice as long, preferably. Or also bear in mind that some servers like Skyall, they tend to override game text, unfortunately, because they have so many game text elements displayed on the screen. So sometimes it helps to kind of display your game text more than once. So you display it once every second or something, you know, for like 10 seconds. It's not as nice to look at, and it's probably only Skyall that you'll have the problem on. So it's not really a major issue. Okay, not entirely sure what's going on, but I'm not really getting there, so... I think your prop on the right hand side may not be using vertex, oh it probably is because it's half burying the wall. Interesting. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah,
Testing the traps.
You've got hazard tape which is so close together here. Difficult to tell what is the actual trap area and what's the not trap area. So this, I'm guessing, is a trap area, and this here must be a trap area. But I was not expecting lasers to come out of nowhere at all. Certainly not the hazard that I was expecting. If you've got a hazardous element, try and have some kind of realistic indication of it. So if it's lasers, you'd actually have kind of laser emitters or laser guns or something, or an electrified fence, or, you know, because if you just get zapped out of nowhere, then it's unfair. People had no chance of seeing what's going on. I'm guessing gas comes out of here. Your doors here, they're black on the top. What you could do is you could put another room behind this wall here and put some light entities inside it just to illuminate them. Or you could have the doors in this position in hammer, and then set their spawn position to open or whatever. So this is the closed position, and then open will be up there. And that way, when you do your lighting compile, VRAD would illuminate them properly on the top and bottom. but when they spawn at the start of the map, they would be against the wall. This landing space here is too narrow. If you've got a lot of people on the server and they're all just standing here waiting for the Tesla thingy to go off, it's going to get very congested. It also doesn't seem to be much many things you can do to avoid these kinds of traps like this. It's just about walking in and out and then hoping you don't get zapped. And your hazard tape is a brush here. If you don't know how to use it, and apparently you do, use the overlay tool to place hazard tapes. There's actually a hazard tape overlay material, and what you can do is you can enable texture locking, I think, or disable texture locking, and then when you place the overlay down and position it, if you drag one of the handles, it will actually extend the length of the hazard tape, but it won't stretch it, it will actually duplicate it. It's very clever. It's almost like you're actually putting tape down. It looks a lot better than these brush-based hazard tapes, which have a noticeable bump to the view when you go over them. I don't understand why there's crates everywhere. What the significance is? Are they some form of minigame? Can I get stuck on this door? I can. I would make this door non-solid. It's good practice to make any static prop that the players are not going to interact with non-solid, because it can reduce your map file size a little bit. But it's not good to have things that you can get stuck on. Either clip them off or make them non-solid, because it can interfere with people's attempts to get in and out of a trap. This... Can it be crouch jumped onto? No, it doesn't look like it. So that's impossible. Oh, I died. Okay. I didn't hear the motivator come towards us. Maybe you could make it have a sound. That sound sounds like it's from Neo Noir as well. Oh, okay.
What?
So which side do we go on? Left or right?
Oh god. It's the...
Huh?
It's what the fuck is
Why,
this?
what's that? Why do I have controls?
It's Dance Dance Revolution, I think.
Why is there a second set of controls up here? Are we spectators? I think your buttons down there for the players might be a little bit too far apart.
God.
If you made them closer together, you could speed up the game and make it a bit more complicated later on. Pretty cool, though. I don't understand what these are for, though. I mean, they're raised, so they could be buttons, but they don't seem to do anything on there, so... West Tower.
2, 1. Begin.
Dance Dance Revolution. Not a bad idea, actually.
Oh. Okay. Not entirely sure what that trap is supposed to be, just a giant slab of metal that bends down and then comes back up again. It's a bit out of character with the map.
The map has a character or like a theme.
Well, it seems to be some kind of compounds. Oh,
I thought it was like some rustic gulag or something.
I can understand getting shot at, or searchlights, or electrified fences, or drowning hazards, or poison gas, things like that. But a giant slab of metal that falls over and then goes back up again on you, that looks like detail, sort of takes you out of the experience a bit, you know? This, I'm guessing, is to get people to crouch so that they're less likely to survive. But there's a bit of a gap here, so it looks like you've tuned this on purpose, which is good.
Veely has a good point. The activator layout is pretty confusing.
Does it use teleporters?
Yep.
What a surprise.
I found myself like getting lost and having to like reorientate myself to get, you know where I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you awarded the map Q points or something. Like, this map gets 30 points.
So it can queue for itself.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it's my fault or I seem to have lost everyone.
Yeah. That can happen.
It says vent thing. I can only guess a bomb comes out of it or something.
Yeah, I would think Warmatic was referring to the like second trap with the like weird block that like comes down. Or like a flat plane, it like pivots and smashes the players.
So we're supposed to believe that these boxes of dynamite that are hanging on the edge of the slope are just there and they're not moving, they're completely static. Why not put a gate there?
Wait, these look like prop dynamic actually. They have that lighting, you know?
These wooden items, I just want to smash them in case they're secrets.
True. What?
Oh, bit of frame rate loss here. This part of the map. Unless that was something else.
I like the eyes.
I like the eyes on this one.
Look, they like follow you.
Yeah, that's from a Valve map.
Oh. I thought it was some cast. How do they follow you actually? I don't know.
They don't follow you, they're just animations. Oh, look! Overheal DTK's plugin working. Nice. Overheal's not lasting very long though, it must be taking... yeah. RIP. So does that mean that the map author has actually given the activator health?
Wow.
That's nifty.
I actually did that once.
I'm impressed.
It's not fair to have like 100 HP activator versus who knows how many runners.
So I'm activator now. Your buttons, put a clip brush over them so that we don't get stuck on them when we're running past. We can just run straight past them without getting stuck, that's great. I like the fact that there's a slight delay after pressing the button and these bombs exploding. It's good that it's not like an instant death trap, and also the fact that the trap zone is not very large. It makes it feel less unfair. But these speed lanes are in the way. I would say try and have 256 units of width between the buttons and your speed lane. And get rid of this back wall.
That's so... This is like the ugliest trap on the map.
We use the wall next to the speed lane to stop ourselves from running forwards. Okay, this trap is completely unfair. It has a massive capture zone. There's no way to avoid this. You shouldn't have traps like this. What you could do is split it into 2 or 3 breaking platforms that are made of wood. Or have like planks or something, you know. You could have like 2 buttons, one for each plank. And then you could break each plank, and then people could jump as, from one plank to the other to try and trick me. But one common thing I'm noticing here is that it's very easy to rush. Now, obviously, I'm partly to blame here because I'm standing back and analysing each of the traps. But players have gotten past me quite easily. What you want to do there is introduce some traps that slow the players down. So let's say every third trap you have some kind of unavoidable element that forces the player to have to slow down and stop, move slowly. Whether it be some kind of exploding barrels that they have to carefully navigate through, some kind of spike maze, moving platforms for instance, you know, rising tides, gas. Oh. Okay, when I've teleported in now to the second area, I don't know if I am at the start of the area and this is the first trap, or if this is the final trap and the one on the far left is the first trap. Because previously, in the previous area, the left was the first trap and the right was the direction I was going in, and now I'm completely 180. The blue and the red doesn't really help me very much. I'm guessing blue is forwards and because it's the same colour as a speed lane, and red's backwards. But the introduction of this speed lane here is more hassle than it's worth because you're forced to stop very close to a button and you hit it. So I would get rid of that myself. Probably not necessary. Try not to do the mini games just yet, guys. Or tell you what, I can just give myself more points. Okay. Oh, do I have to do this mini game as well? Oh shit! Oh good, I didn't die immediately, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm not very good at air strafing, unfortunately. Well, strafing actually. Surfing. Oh, fat. It would be nice if I knew what the red team was up to. I don't know if I'm racing them. For fuck's sake. Yeah, I think this is a little bit too difficult for me. The gaps between the platforms, I'm finding it difficult to actually leave the surf area, surface, whatever, surface, and go onto there. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to do it. I don't know if I should jump, or if that would make me lose momentum.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fight to the death.
So yeah, you should try and avoid teleporting players in your activator spaces, your activator corridor. Always try and have one continuous corridor and try to avoid teleporting them, because teleporting the activator is really disorienting, especially when you do like a 180 and everything flips or mirrors. So try and connect the previous activator up to this area if you can, please. I don't care what it takes, just try and do it. This trap seems a bit unfair. Catching somebody and then not letting them out. That's the kind of shit you see in Office. This is good. Although I would make the disappearing platforms a bit slower. Can you guys stop there and not move any more? That goes for the sniper who's just running ahead.
I don't think that's gonna work, Warmanty.
Who's the sniper?
It's Toad. No, it's Toad and Burke.
Wait please, guys.
It's either Toad or Bird. Both snipers.
This just seems to be a repeat of the previous trap. Capture the player with a larger capture zone and then just laser the fuck out of them with a UFO for some strange reason.
Oh god, that's not fair.
I like this. I like the fact that there's hazard strips, but the spikes just appearing out of nowhere is unfair, and you can't see them against the hazard strip because it's very noisy. Guys, could you please not trigger the endings? We're just going to keep doing this over and over again if you do.
I just brought everyone to the beginning.
Thanks.
Or close.
This looks like somewhere I'm supposed to go because there's no clear boundary between my area and theirs. Okay. Again, with the difficult to understand teleportation and shit. So I don't know where the runners are supposed to come in here and where they leave. I'm guessing they come from the far left there and they leave where? Over there? It's quite dark, it's difficult to say. Oh, there you go. So what does this do? Shit! Holy shit. That's loud. Okay, well, I've already told you what you want to do there. That's like this Castle Stevie stuff, that. And these speed lanes are a bit redundant. Rather than speeding me to the next button, if you could use like things to slow people down, that would be better. And you have done that somewhat here, but I still feel like they can run it pretty quickly. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to do. The catchment area of this trap here is not very clear. If you're standing on anywhere on the platform, do you get zapped, or is it only in a small place? Oh, I'm teleporting out directly next to buttons again. I could get caught on. If you teleport people so I'm a bit away from them, so my field of view encompasses more of the environment, I get a better idea of what's going on. Okay, that's a bit unfair. The rockets move very quickly. If instead of them just immediately spawning all at the same time, what you could do is you could have them spawn in sequence. So you could have this one spawn first, and then this one, and then this one. And then that give people a bit of a chance to escape. It's probably not necessary to spawn 3 waves of crit rockets either, unless you're just trying to get rid of air blasting pyros, but air blasting pyros in Deathrun is quite interesting. Because it involves an element of skill and reaction times, especially with such a small area. Oh, you've just teleported me into this one area just to give me one trap. And I've again teleported straight into a button. And I'm in a kind of 360-degree area here, so the activator corridor situation is just getting worse and worse. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. If that person gets blown off, that is a bit unfair. Because there's nowhere to go. You're preventing them from escaping, so they're just being murdered with no chance of escape, it seems.
Crocodile water.
Yeah. That's interesting. Oh, it looks like you give people a long way around. An alternative route. Fantastic. Well done. So the premise here is that if you take the alternative route, you can avoid the trap. It takes longer and there's more risk involved because you have to make more jumps. So it sort of balances things out. But this is a very good example of the kind of thing I want to see in the future, especially if you've got to include areas that heavies can't cross because the jump distance is too great or the heavy is too slow. But well done for that. Although I'm not entirely sure where they're going. Is that actually where they're supposed to go? Because if that is the case, then why do we have a crocodile and another platform there if they can just completely bypass that trap and go left? I thought the idea was to go around here.
Okay, we have reached the minigame room. What should we test?
Wow, there's quite a lot of map, isn't there? And it all seems to be platforms now. It's like they've done the first half of the map and thought, yeah, that's really good, but now I've run out of trap ideas. I know. I'll turn it into, like, Neo Noir or something. Alright, maybe that's a bit harsh. But I think you need to come up with some more traps in the second half that aren't platforms. Ow.
This speaker is literally from Psychopath. It's the same thing.
Hi, Pyro.
I think your spinner starts off too quickly. It could take people by surprise. It should start slower, take a bit longer to wind up.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So if you've taken somebody's minigame, does that mean we can take your assets? I'm kidding. I wouldn't take anything belonging to somebody else without permission anyway.
It's a recolor of DR Psychopaths minigame.
I don't think there's going to be any choice of whether or not there's a free run because we can just rush past the activator.
Guess.
He says whilst getting killed by a trap. Wow, what the fuck? Oh, you... GG.
Pyro, calling here. Think you can handle this?
Let's go! Let's go!
Fuck me, what's going on here? That's unfair.
Maybe we are just too dumb.
No, just pillars that explode. I mean, they're brick pillars. Brick pillars don't just magically explode, you know?
Put some explosives around the pillars.
What's this music from? It sounds familiar. Also, we should test to see if two people can stand on these moving platforms and not get and not stop them. Let's you and me stand on this nutwoomy, and we'll I'll use my trigger magic.
Yeah! Got you, the dispenser here. Need a dispenser.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, that's good. Blocking damage prevents us from doing that. Thank you.
Oh no.
Ah! 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 Just so you're aware,
Victory.
Oh, the left.
it's used too many commands to the server.
Flawless victory.
Clever man. Those doors there over here. Blocking damage is great, very useful because it stops people from blocking the doors. But it might be better to have them go in.
Begin.
We have to
and
test the other minigames.
not kill anybody. So there's a bit of chance to like get off them, if you know what I mean. And the way you do that is by making the actual moving platforms a funk brush, a solid funk brush. You make your funk door, give it no draw or whatever, and you parent the funk brush to the door. And then in the funk door, you go to its spawn flags, and you tick. Is it passable or not blockable by players? Unblockable by players, I think it is. And then what happens is, two or more people can stand on the funk brush, and it will move in, and they will not block it, and therefore they will not take blocking damage.
3, 2.
So if ever you find you made a moving platform, and two people standing on the platform blocks it from moving, then that is the solution. How did you get behind there? What? Are you a blue player? I'm confused.
Maybe we should check the minigames. We haven't tested the map pretty thoroughly, I think.
Ah. So apparently there's some exploit that allows you to join a server and then spawn in at the
Oh yeah, Toad does that all the time.
Oh well.
Mr. Exploit, I guess.
I have to find a way around that then.
But anyway, so we probably should test the mini games. People are leaving.
Yeah, we should. Well, if you can you make yourself free spec? I don't know. Want to teleport yourself to the end or something?
I'm just gonna go click there, just like you know.
Just a tip, by the way, toilet paper. If you create a point teleport entity and put it like at your ends, your ending area, give the point teleport a name, something like test ending or teleport end, and then set the entity to teleport as activator. Then if you want to test your map, or you want other people to test your map, what we can do is we can send... The fuck? What happened there? How did I magically get teleported into this room?
Pyro, hauling here. Something just came up.
Sorry, so yeah, set the entity to teleport to activator, exclamation mark activator, and then we can use ent_fire or the plugin equivalent, and we can actually teleport ourselves there. So if ever you need to like repeatedly test the minigames, for instance, instead of having to no-clip, we can just teleport ourselves there. Very handy. Remember to respawn people if you need to. Thank you.
Just the button to it then. There's this blue.
How did you? Oh, Bert did it, okay. The green button might be a respawn button, yeah. Oh, not this one again.
Ah, shit. Oops.
What the hell?
What?
That is rather cool. It's colour correction.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh. Wow, that's really interesting. I didn't know you could do that though.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? Dr. Freeman. Where do I go now? Whoa, what the fuck? How the fuck?
I think I'm gonna use the color correction now. That's really cool.
Gonna add it to R60D.
Yeah, my tool kit. Or whatever.
Thank God I've got a crouch jump alias now. I hate crouch jumping. Absolutely loathe crouch jumping. I hate it. What am I supposed to do here?
Oh, strafe.
Strafe.
Yeah, I can't see the other side. You just put a window here. Oh fuck. Thank you. Fuck me.
You can do this all day.
I can't though.
You will.
How do you do it?
You strafe.
I can't do it.
Well, I'm literally right at the end.
Huh?
I think you need to test it.
Flawless victory.
It's all in the
Now
mouse
do it
movement.
again.
You
Are they?
press I guess D.
I think the wall is too close. I don't want to hit the wall.
5,
But it's difficult to strafe when I can't judge where the landing area is.
It's actually the same method as bee hopping. You know, the same method how you get more speed in
Well, I've
open
been able
functions.
to do it on Stardust's dock, but I can't see around the corner there, so it's like really weird, you know?
You just have to. I guess it's a leap of faith. Yeah.
I did that several times and I failed.
But I think you have to like strafe and do a leap of faith at the same time.
Is somebody no clipping or shall I go?
I can no clip. Wait.
You're the activator.
Oh, true. I can't.
Do you want me to?
I'm on my way now.
Whoever goes there first, I guess.
What
like the
the
dance stuff.
actual fuck? I was killed by a random trigger hurts.
Oh yeah, the trigger hurts everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I think you can do like also in TF2 also. With game UIs.
Why are there random trigger hurts in the sky? Like,
Probably to stop us no clippers, you know.
that makes no sense. Why would you want to stop somebody from no clipping?
Hey, I think I kind of did something close to it in Stardust
I
to
did
prevent
that.
people from actually making it a secret.
My map has anti-no clip for some dumb reason. Because
I
I
mean,
don't
it's-
like cheaters.
You know, it's not your server. Like, if somebody really wants to find out where the secrets are, they'll just decompile the map. People do it all the time. No clipping's not going to help. It just makes things more frustrating to the people who are trying to run your map.
God, this is loud. Ow. What the hell?
You're only allowed to play my map my way.
Exactly.
Right, where I'm at now with that spinning thing is really loud.
I don't think I've seen much of the second half of the map yet.
Oh, why can't we have God mode?
Oh, so this area here is useless. Okay. What? Oh, for God's sake. Why did you kill me?
There's a secret minigame.
Frame rate's going really low here. Going from down here to up here.
I guess you can do that wireframe or something to check.
You don't really need to have a what's the word?
Victory.
I can't remember the word now, but the sound you hear when you stop people from being on fire. You don't really need that because it's a gas supply. If you don't want people it to be fiery anymore, you just cut off the gas supply. It doesn't make a noise as if it's been extinguished, you know?
Begin.
Sounds cool, but it's a bit doesn't really fit. You could just play the standard pyro sound continuously until you don't need to press it anymore. Well, I can't speak English now. Sorry, I'm starting to get tired. Well, I'm already tired. Oh my goodness. This is annoying. You're fucked. So, can you go this way as well? Guessing that's a secret. Reviews.com. That sucks arse. A massive area that just disappears. Fuck you, you're dead. Still producing noise, wow. So this must be the final area then. I've been running around looking for a teleporter that doesn't exist. Christ almighty, that's loud. Take the alternative route to your left. Did you trigger that explosion, RD? No, because I'm the activator. Why did something randomly explode then?
I don't know.
Our scouts have full speed and double jump, don't they? Well, I suppose it's a good time to test that as well. Scouts are... okay. Kings at mobility. Well, running mobility. And I had hoped to try them without... where do I look? Yeah, buttons could do with being a bit larger as well. Because I can't look down and look at the screen at the same time, or the in front of me. Like, I've got to look up and forwards, and then like down at my feet as well quickly, you know, it's a bit... ugh. Maybe you could move the... excuse me. Fuck me. Gonna make it. Oh, I'm just not quick enough.
Britain's Got Talent.
Heavies would have a bit of a problem there as well. Yeah, so if you maybe made the floor transparent
5, 4, 3,
and then brought the display down and made it a bit smaller in that mini game, then it wouldn't be as much movement of my mouse to look at the instructions and then to look at the floor. And also you could then put us into third person mode by setting our forced taunt cam with a parameter of 1, and then we'd be able to see the squares below us. The only downside, of course, is with third person mode you see it from above your character, so you don't see as much that's in front and ahead or above you, which is why I also suggest repositioning and changing the scale of the instructions and lowering them so you can see them better in third person mode. But yeah, if you made the buttons larger, closer together, that would be useful as well. You could also make them look neon-y as well. That would fit in nicely. Maybe improve the appearance of the arrows so they don't look so plain. So, is there anything else we need to test? More minigames? Or have we tested everything now?
Not everything. There's something there. I think. We missed something. Just go there.
What the fuck? I'm sure there was no flames then.
Pyro, Pauling here. Something just came up.
Oh,
50-50.
well that sort of apparently works.
Then there's the fight. See, but we tried that one.
There's a secret minigame apparently, but I don't know how to unlock it.
5, 4,
What's I going to say?
2, 1. Fight to the death.
Yeah, in areas like that with the flames and the small platforms, if you have a fair few players, then the narrow platforms can make things difficult when you've got a bunch of people trying to occupy the same space. So in those situations, I would suggest that you have like 2 sets of platforms alongside each other. You don't just need to have like one path, you know, one set of platforms. You can have 2, and then people can either have they can split, so they can have some on the left and some on the right, or they can jump from the left to the right. The hazards will be the same. The time taken to traverse the traps will be more or less the same, but you'll have more breathing space. It's not a bad trap, this one. This, I don't quite know what's going on with this one. Interesting if we drop some grenades down there, that'd be an interesting Easter egg. And then it would do something, you know. So you'd have like an Easter egg that required different classes. For fuck's sake. I think the delay on that, on those flames is too short. They come back too quickly.
Pyro, hauling here. Something just came up.
I'm not really a fan of this jumping on small platforms all the time. It's overdone. I think we need to get away from so-called parkour. Because it just feels like filler. I mean, it is almost
filler.
It's almost entirely skill-based, of course. The onus is on you to improve it.
Just for matches of
For that spinning thing, by the way, in order for it to be a believable fan, then it should be spinning much faster. You can replace the moving brush with a rotating texture as well. Did we win? Also, why are your clothes invisible? I thought that they had logic to make them see-through. Set their alpha transparency. But it doesn't seem to have worked. Why is it that we need to be invisible for this game? And how do we play it? Oh, there's actually
reached there.
a separate section that I never even got to. Oh, so it's a crutch basically. For
5, 4, 3, 2.
I was about to say poor design, but this is the first map, so it's not fair. It's the Neo-Noir problem, basically. It's the Neo-Noir minigame problem, where Bun only created traps for, like, him. And if you wanted any more players, well, fuck you. Thanks for the disciplinary reaction. Very useful there, you saved my life. Oh. That was quick. Yeah, we need more time to get onto this platform. Why don't you spawn us on the platform? And it would seem that this this train is controllable using +Us. On servers that support +Us to trigger buttons and stuff, and there are a growing number of them, it's actually possible to move physics objects and to move trains as well. So you need to set the flag on the track train. Shit, there's a fucking laser here. You need to set the flag on the track train, no user control. I couldn't see that laser at all because it's the same colour as the edges of the platform and the other lasers as well. I don't see why you've made the platform so small. If you're going to have so many players going on it, why not just make it larger? We have to go through the same hazards anyway, so what difference does it make? Just make it longer. Or have more than one platform, problem solved. Yes please. I don't think we need to test anything else in the map. We testing the same one again?
I want to see what's at the end. I can stay at the beginning.
Fuck me, this is too fast, and we can't see the lasers.
Pyro, it's falling here.
So statistically, right now, the best solution is to just not get on the platform because you survive for longer. Yeah, the platform goes too fast, and those lasers are very difficult to see, and they're too close together. You need to start a minigame here, right, with the easiest things to dodge. So the easiest traps that can accommodate the most players, and then by the end you should have the most difficult traps for the fewest players. You have like a really difficult, hard to see trap at the start, and you're going to kill like 90% of your team, if not more. I learned that in Steamworks Extreme with the oven trap. Kills off like more than half the team, and it's only the second trap, you know? So people don't really get to see the rest of the map, unfortunately. I think a trap that people fall into when they're making a Deathrun map is they don't really plan out the traps. They don't think, right, let's have an easy one here and a hard one over there. They just build the beginning of the map and then they go through it from start to finish. And each time they finish one trap, they go, right, what shall I build for the next trap? So your ideas are always changing. You might be inspired by something on one day, which is completely different from what you're inspired by on the next. And so you'll end up with like these traps, and the only reason they're different is because you didn't want to do the same thing as last time. But the difficulty can vary wildly. What you'll find is that your kind of rate of deaths is all patchy. So you'll have clumps of deaths here on certain traps which are too difficult, and then you'll have like shit traps, no one dies or rushes through, and then you'll have another trap that's really difficult, rather than saying have traps which gradually get more difficult over time. So the player's skill, the player doesn't really get like a natural progression, because they'll die at any point.
Fuck.
as opposed to going like through the map further and further on each run through, and feeling like they're making some progress. Is it me or are these flames somewhat randomised? No. Weird. See, what you've got here is a patience trap where people have to stand back and look at the timing and try to get a sense of how it works before they proceed. But you've got all these really tiny platforms around you, people coming to you, so you don't really have the time to sit there and watch it. You feel like you're putting pressure, to get through as quickly as possible. So if you just had like large platforms that, you know, could accommodate many players, and then just some flames with a timer, that would be a great way to introduce people to the concept, and then you could do this later on. So you could actually get more out of this trap. You could have this earlier in the map. People wouldn't have to worry about the full hazard, they wouldn't have to worry about the flames. And later on they come across the same type of trap again, except it's more dangerous. Do what's like training traps, you know? Get people introduced to concepts that they may not be familiar with. Nice catapulting. The fan could be on for a bit longer though, and come back on a bit sooner. I think that a mobility class, or like a jetpack wielding pyro, or a scout with a force of nature or double jump could get over there. But that could actually be part of the challenge. One moment.
No one can do this for you.
Nice. See, on this Deathrun plugin we allow pretty much all weapons with no restrictions, or very few restrictions, because I feel anyway that we get into the stage where we're blocking so much that we're losing a lot of potential for really cool game modes. Imagine what we can do with a jetpack.
Rocket jumping, I suppose.
Yeah. Imagine what you could do with a rap assassin, or a sniper rifle, or grenades. Now you might say, well, what if you don't have a pyro? Well, why don't people just go pyro then at the start of the round? If they think, I want to try and get through this particular area, then they would choose pyro, and it would give them a reason to play that class other than just cosmetics. And then you'd have other traps which can be done by other classes, and then you'd have a reason for people to communicate and discuss having a variety of classes. See? So it also sort of like breeds cooperation as well, and thoughts. Now you've actually got what look like alternative routes in your map already, so I think you're somewhat, you know, in a good position to start. I have a feeling that if two medics were to heal each other in this water, then they would probably be able to keep each other alive. trigger hurts that do ticking damage, give them doubling with forgiveness damage, so that the damage increases over time, and that way no medic can avoid dying to the trigger hurts. Your spinner seems to start too soon and too quickly. Doesn't give people enough chance to get moving.
Fight to the death.
So do we need to test anything else, guys?
I think that's it. We can wrap it up.
Stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah, we can test. I think we can wrap it up. Last round. And that will conclude our playtesting session for today. 3 maps. Wow. It's a lot of YouTube.
Indeed, YouTube are going to be knocking on our door.
Yeah. Stop stealing our bandwidth or something.
Well, they'll say, thanks for actually creating something worthwhile.
Wow.
Because we just got a lot of shit.
Mega biased.
Well, good game, everybody. Good game. Have a nice evening.
Yep. I'm gonna play this last round.
We'll see it.
Oh, I forgot. I'm the activator. Oh well.
Just link the video on the channel. I'll watch it.
Rona dying.
Yeah, it's getting late. Oh god, it's 12 p.m. So cold.
Still dead inside R6.
I'm tired. I have to wake up at 8 a.m.
Good for you. I have to make a statue and I still haven't done.
Statue?
Yeah, model statue so I can do something cool.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I think this bit is way too difficult.
Well, I'm trying to do something, but I'm not sure if I'm able
Me at
to.
least.
Yeah, I know. I don't think there's no point in like complaining because Warmat is stopped recording. The map maker won't see any further comments. Sad face, yes, indeed, not moving.
Also, how'd you do this part?
The parkour. That's a scam. Oh, you have to jump for it, I think.
Oh, okay. I kind of see.
Oh shit, yeah, I gotta work on my Deathrun. SCP Pog.
But I'm just... Oh. Oh, my ears.
See.
I'm gonna stay here.
I get teleported straight to the end, so I can't see them coming. Or I can't see them dying, more like.
Victory.
Well. Oh well, guess I win.
That was fun. See ya, gamers. See ya, gamers indeed.